Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Tilly. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And thank you for those who have already subscribed. And if you haven't, please do so. I have made a promise that I would also incorporate my cooking, the recipes in my channel, because I am more on social media, sharing things there and there and so on. So I was asked also to do the same with my channel, which is this channel where we are at. So I thought, let me start with the basics, things that all of us do love, things that are accessible, things that are cheap, things that are easy to make and so on, because sometimes recipes can be very exorbitant, You'd have to take out deeper from your pocket in order to make a recipe, and that's sometimes what you don't want. You just want simple things that are easy, that are quick, that are cheap and stuff like that. So today I thought to make phuthu pap, or to share how I make phuthu pap. It's also known as krummelpap, and I understand courses to call it pokoko or something like that. But yeah, anyway, we are still talking about the same thing, by the way. So I would be doing my way, because I know there are different ways how people do things. It always happens that as cooks, as chefs, or as foodies, people do have, different ways of doing things. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing, but just done in different ways. So the way that I'm going to do is my way, how I make phuthu pap. And everyone loves it. So I thought also to share, because I have been asked several times how I make my phuthu pap, because when I share, always people are asking those questions. So yeah, and also the questions that I get asked are, do I use specific maize meal for my phuthu pap, or or is there a specific a kind of maize meal that you have to buy to make that, or does it come in that form and stuff like that? But the answer is simple: no, there is no specific maize meal that you can use to make your phuthu pap. You can use any maize meal. Anything that you get in the shops, you can use it. But as for me, I have got my preference, because I always like to use a braai pap. A braai pap is, as you can know, it's a bit different from other maize meals. It's coarse, kind of, very rough texture. So I love to make my phuthu pap with braai pap, any brand, as long as it is braai pap. And I always get questions from Namibia. By the way, I am a South African Namibian, so I would always be talking about both countries. I'm based here in South Africa, but yeah, I'm always, Namibia is my home as well. So yeah, I always get asked also from Namibia about the same questions. What type of maize meal do I use? But for Namibia, I know the most common brand that you use in Namibia is Top Score. So you can also use Top Score, because I know when I was back home in Namibia, I always used Top Score as well. But I thought, Top Score is a little bit soft. So I thought to rather go for braai pap, but Top Score always is also good. It will give you that desired, results as well. So use any maize meal. But like I told you, coming back to the maize meal that I use, braai pap, let me just show you. Where is it? Okay, yeah, it's here. Yes. Okay, this is the braai pap that I now currently use. As long as this is braai pap, I don't mind about the brand braai pap. There's also another one that I use, the most common one. Also, you'll find it in any shop. So yeah, that's the braai pap that I use, because I prefer, like I say, my phuthu pap to be a little bit, coarse, kind of, that texture. But it's safe to use any other that you have in your house. And the basics that I can just quickly, I don't want to do more talking today. The basics that I can tell you is, I don't do things from, out of measurements and stuff like that, because I mastered the skill of making it. So I'll just give you the basics, how I make it. Do I have a cup here? Let me quickly just get a cup. Okay, yeah, so what happens is, just know this scientific or mathematics part. if you use this cup, 1 cup of water, make sure that you use 2 cups of maize meal. That's all. Even the size of the cup doesn't matter. If you use a bigger, you know, the bigger mug or whatever, if you use that one of it, make sure that you double the amount of maize meal. If you want to use 2 cups of water, make sure it's 4 cups of maize meal. That's basically the basics that you can make and get, you know, that desired and a successful results from making your phuthu pap and so on. So yeah, that's basically that. And all things you need is boiled water, maize meal, salt, and that's it. And yeah, so let me get started. Let me not talk too much today. So that's all. What did I leave out? I don't think I left out anything. Yeah, but anyway, if I have left out something, then I'll just catch on along the way. So let's get started. Let's not talk, so that we can get that desired nice krummelpap. One thing that I forgot to mention is I always prefer to use cast iron pots for my phuthu pap, because you know, the cast iron pots have got that heat consistency and so on. So I would always prefer that. But again, like I said, it's my preference. Use whatever pot you have to your disposal. So what I'm going to do is I always prefer to heat up the pot and boil the water. That way it's easier. Then it just boils, then you start. So I'm now going to use 1 cup of water. And then a little bit of salt. Okay, so whilst the water is boiling, like I told you, I'll now use 2 cups of maize meal. Just make sure the maize meal covers up, you know, all the water for your desired results. So basically that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm done. So I'll have just to close the lid properly and then reduce the heat. Reduce the heat to at least 2. But all of you know your stoves, how they work, and your heats and everything. So mine, I always prefer to put it on 2, but you know your stove. So that's basically that. Now what's going to happen is I'll have to leave it for a while, for like 2 to 3 minutes, just to, you know, absorb everything. And then I'll have to use my wooden spoon to just, you know, stir it and so on. So for now, let's leave it for 2 to 3 minutes and then we'll get back. Okay, now I think we are done. We are good to go. Now with the wooden spoon, with the handle, you have just to, you know, stir it. Make sure that all the maize meal is at least covered. Don't worry, even if it looks like this, you'll get desired results. Beautiful pap. And I always advise people, there are people who like it a little bit, you know, a little bit wet and not too dry, just add droplets of water, boiled water. Or if you don't like it too wet, just add a little bit of, you know, sprinkles of maize meal. That's your way of navigating around. So I'll now have to close it solidly, leave it for like 10 minutes, come and look at it again. And most probably, it depends for how many people you make the pap for and stuff like that, and how big the pot and the content is. But this pap will basically take you from 30 to 45 minutes maximum. So, but if it is like a biggest pot, it will take you close to 60 minutes and so on. So I think this one will take me close to 30 to 35 minutes, and then we're good to go. But for now, I'll leave it for 10 minutes. I'll come back, check it, and then that's it. Okay, now let's see, 10 minutes are probably over. Let's see how the pap looks like. Wow. No, it's getting there. It's getting there. Like I say, if you don't like it too dry, just droplets of water, then you're good to go. But for me, I'm happy with this consistency. So yeah, let it not stand for like another 20 minutes. And after that, I think it will be ready. Like I said, it's small content, so it will not take too long to cook. Now the final check. Yo, it even smells nice, fresh. Yes, now it's ready. Now I can just dish it up and taste. Yo, it's just exactly the way I wanted it. As you can see. Now I'm gonna add, because I usually eat my phuthu pap with fresh cream, sour cream, and I sometimes use amas as well. But yeah, I mostly like it either with fresh cream and sour cream and a little bit of sugar. I don't know, some people eat it with salt as well, but yeah, for me, I just put a little bit of sugar and then I'm good to go. So I'm just gonna grab those and then, yeah, then we're gonna take. There you have it. This is what I eat my phuthu pap with. And a little bit of sugar. I'm going to use clean spoon for the cream. Wow, nice. Okay. Just a little bit of cream. Can you see what I'm talking about? And yeah, then you're good to go. Then you have got your krummelpap. And that's it. Your household will be so happy to have this. And now the moment of truth. So I'm going to have to taste. Awesome.